Hey Lex,
Yeah.
send me your affidavit again with the signatures, with the judge signature and court signature,
All right.
with the opening signature. Send it to POF form.
Not so bad.
Maybe was your client in the stage? Is he already up here? Is he in the stage?
Negative. No.
Hey, he has to be in there. Is he
He is.
in order? Is he up here?
Yeah. Now
Yeah. Jove,
Is he on the?
Spectre.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm here.
Also, 918 Matt, I'm not gonna tell you again. You break any rules of this courtroom again, I'm gonna kick you from the game.
everybody that needs mod has it. Good. I miss GH. You go ahead and call court.
All rise for the Honorable Judge E. Huey.
Greetings. You guys may be seated. You may be seated. Case number 001, the state of Maryland versus Joe Mitchell. Before we actually start, do we have any plea deal or plea request that needs to be submitted?
Yes. I have submitted the plea deal to you via DMs, obviously. It has the criminal defense attorney signature, the defendant's signature, and mine.
Mabel, this is not an affidavit, but I'm just gonna let it slide. That's not a proper affidavit, but we already started, so all right. plaintiff attorney, will you approach the bench and explain the plea deal and what charge it will be, what original charge this plea deal will be replacing?
Of course. All right. So, um, this plea deal, United States of America versus Jove Mitchell Files, criminal number 247363. The plea agreement states that the federal rules of the criminal procedures, the parties acknowledge that they have entered a negotiation resulting in this agreement, and the agreement follows. Defendant Jove Mitchell Files agrees to waive indictment by grand jury and consents to the filing of an information charging him with Section 2207, voluntary manslaughter, also known as heat of passion. It's an unlawful killing without the malice present in the first degree murder charge. The defendant further agrees to plead guilty to the information for a lighter charge. The lighter charge will be involuntary manslaughter and the lesser sentence of 15 years old.
All right, Madam District Attorney, can you submit a copy of this plea deal to Juror 1 or Lead Juror Breeze? The jurors will take the plea deal into consideration, and therefore, in the first session, will either deny or accept this plea deal upon the court. So submit it to, it's going to be Juror 1. If you look down at the stage, you'll see who I'm talking about. I think it's Breeze, Juror 1.
All right.
All right. Like I said, this plea deal will be looked over in the first session or breakout session that the court does have. All right.
All good.
I want to remind everybody of the rules of this court. There's no hats. There's no talking. There's no walking around. If you cannot stay seated in your chair, you will be removed by the bailiff. If you decide that you want to talk, if you not understand, you will be removed by the bailiff. Right. Plaintiff, are you ready to proceed?
Yes, give me 1 second. Let me submit this deal to them. Breeze, accept my friend request so I can send it to you.
Defense attorney, are you ready to proceed?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Plaintiff attorney, do you have an opening statement?
I do.
Right, you may proceed with your opening statement.
Ladies and gentlemen of the court, today we confront a case of an unspeakable horror and tragedy. Jove Mitchell stands accused of not one, but just three of counts of first-degree murder in the deaths of PGFD unit Joe Kendall, Trevor Henderson, and PGPD Officer Cashman. Additionally, he is charged with a deliberate act of voluntary manslaughter against his former wife, Mary Flinch. The evidence will reveal a pattern of calculated violence and callous disregard for human life. The prosecution will prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Jove Mitchell is responsible for these senseless acts, seeking justice for the victims and ensuring the defendant faces the consequences for his monstrous crimes.
All right, thank you, plaintiff attorney. Defense attorney, do you have an opening statement?
Yes, I do.
You may proceed to the bench with the opening statement.
In this tragedy that we have faced with Jove Mitchell, in this case, I have seen him. He has told me all his information, and he has been manipulated by multiple people, and he drove him crazy. He does not deserve to be put away for these crimes. Overall, I feel bad for the other people, and he does too. But he needs help, not prison. That's it, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, defense attorney. Plaintiff attorney, are you ready to come back up and call your first witness to the stand?
Yes. The plaintiff side would like to call. 1 second. First witness, we are calling up. Do we have Dragon here today?
I believe so. Mr. Dragon Mac approach the bench. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I swear to tell the truth, but the truth, so help me God.
I swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth, so help me God.
All right, may be seated. Plaintiff attorney, are you ready to proceed with questioning?
Give me 1 second. All right, yeah, I'm ready.
May proceed.
All right, Dragon, can you state your full name and occupation for the record?
My name is Dragon Ninja 11, and I am a Maryland State Police trooper.
All right, Dragon. What is your relationship to the case and the individuals involved?
I was one of the acting troopers and detectives with Nova. I was one of the
Objection. Vague.
What's the grounds of the objection?
Don't you just saying the whole incident.
The objection is going to be overruled. This is not cross examination. She's just directly asking them questions. Proceed, attorney.
Dragon, may you repeat that since you were rudely cut off?
Yes, ma'am. I was the second responding unit on scene, investigating the scene. I was with Nova the entire way, as he was the first responding detective.
All right, and might I ask, what did you witness during the events, during the first present event when you arrived on the first scene?
I witnessed a box that was planted under a tree. There was several body parts inside of it, with a note.
And do you believe that this note belonged to the defendant, Jove Mitchell?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and how well do you know the defendant, or how well are you, what's the right word I'm looking for, acquainted with his actions?
I've just met him on this case, so I don't really know anything about him. But from the footage and general statements from him, that's the only way I know of him.
All right, Your Honor, are we allowed to, I have evidence reports submitted on the affidavit. Are we allowed to allow the witnesses summarize the report?
Have you submitted that report into an exhibit to the court?
I have.
Where is that exhibit located so we can review the evidence? If you
It
would send
is.
the exhibit to the court clerk, so he can send it over.
All right. It's at the, if you click on the affidavits at the bottom, you just have to scroll down. All of the exhibits are there.
Okay. What exhibit are you trying to use in this defensive questioning?
Exhibit A.
Exhibit A, which will be the report, situation report.
Yeah, the Highway 55 killer situation report.
You may proceed with the questioning of the report.
All right. So, Dragon, within this report, you basically stated on Friday afternoon, me and other units received a call about a box being located in the city park. Can you tell me a little more about this incident in your own words without using the report?
Like what happened when I got on scene?
Yeah, like what did you witness when you got on scene?
So what I witnessed was Nova was next to the box. I walked up. When he opened the box, there was several body parts. More units arrived on scene after that. So we searched the area to see if there was anyone in the area, which we did not see anyone. Soon after that, Officer Cash was found dead next to the bank.
All right. And are there any additional details or information that you believe is important for the court to know?
No, ma'am.
All right, that will be all, Your Honor.
That'll be all.
Yeah, for him.
All right. Defense attorney, would you like to come up with cross-examination?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you may proceed with cross-examination.
Dragon, what were you? Where was this location?
It was the city park next to that.
Okay. Was there DNA evidence of Jove Mitchell's DNA on the box at all?
No, there was not.
So how do you know that he was the person that committed the crime?
Later on the investigation.
What's the grounds for the objection, ma'am?
He's leading. The believes he asked the question, did you find the DNA on the box, and then do you believe that it was Jove Mitchell's? It's basically leading into the fact that he wants him to believe that it's not.
Mr. Maple, he's not a DNA pathologist. Let's refrain from asking him questions about the DNA that's on the material, okay? So this objection is going to be sustained. Please move on with your next question.
So when you arrived on scene, what did you do to see who did the crime? Was he found around the scene, or how did y'all apprehend him?
We checked footage that was found in the city park. The CCTV footage.
Where was the CCTV footage?
It was located above one of the park benches facing towards the area.
Do you believe that my defendant, Jove Mitchell, is mentally ill?
Objection, relevancy.
What will be the content? How is it not relevant to the case? Plaintiff attorney.
Because I would like to say that it's not relevant to question a witness on mental illness if it's not regarding what happened during the park incident.
The objection is going to be sustained. Mr. Maple, please continue with your next question.
Okay. I know, Judge said to refrain from saying the DNA, but from your knowledge, was there any DNA found by other people on the scene, like experts that were investigating the scene?
Yes, sir.
So there was.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's all I have to say.
All right, Mr. Dragon, you are dismissed from the stand.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Plaintiff attorney, you ready to call your next witness to the stand? Defense attorney, are you ready to call your witness to the stand?
Yes, I am. Sorry for jumping that. I would like to call up Lex, please.
All right.
Lex, can you stand up for me? Repeat after me. I swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth, so help me God.
I swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth, so help me God.
You may be seated. Maybe you may proceed with questioning.
What evidence was brought with you that Joe did the crime?
Um, we have multiple sources of evidence. Got multiple reports, situation reports. We have reports from 3 different departments, 2 different divisions. Um, what else would you like to know? Like, I can't tell you much.
He reported that he was manipulated by multiple people. Was that true?
I never said that.
He said he was manipulated by people of your standing.
I do not believe that anybody on my side or standing would manipulate him into saying something that he doesn't want to say. I believe that he is his own person and he speaks with his own words.
Do you believe that he's mentally ill?
Objection. Speculation.
Just going to be sustained. Mr. Maple, please. Let's not testify on your client's mental state. Let's just keep it open about the case and its relevancy. Please continue with your next question.
Lex, what's your occupation at this time?
I am the standing district attorney of the state of Maryland.
Aren't you under suspension, Miss Lex?
Objection. Relevancy.
Once again, Mr. Maple, let's try to keep everything as far as questioning wise, according to the case. Please continue with your next question. Objection is going to be sustained. Continue with the next question.
Okay.
Are you done with questioning?
What
Oh,
is
okay,
you
go
going
ahead.
against Jove with? No, I just asked a question. I said, what are the charges you are going against Jove with?
I believe the charges were stated in the beginning of the court session.
Okay, those are all my questions.
All right, thank you. Ms. Lakes, you may step down from this stand. Plaintiff attorney, are you ready to call your next witness to the stand?
Yes, I would like to call up. Is CED Sergeant Nova here?
I believe so. So, Nova, you may come up, raise your right hand, repeat after me. I swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth, so help me God.
I swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth, so help me God.
All right, you may be seated. Plaintiff attorney, are you ready to proceed with questioning?
Yes.
You may proceed.
All right. Nova, can you say your full name and occupation for the court?
Nova Sadowski, CED Sergeant Senior Trooper of the Maryland State Police.
And all right, how long have you been a Maryland State Trooper, and what is your experience in handling cases like this?
I have been with
Objection. Objection. Relevancy.
I would like to hear the witness answer. The objection is going to be overruled. Ms. Lakes, you may continue with the question.
I have been a part of the Maryland State Police since February 15th. I have been working on cases like these for a couple of months now, and I have previous experience with the Prince George County Police Department.
All right, and Mr. Nova, were you involved in responding to the incidents on April 12th and April 13th?
Yes, I was on scene of both calls and investigations that went on those days.
All right. And what was the nature of the caller report that led you to the scene?
The nature of the first caller report was
Objection. Objection. Speculation.
And what grounds are you incentive that
Ask,
is going on?
asking what my defendant's intentions were of the crime.
Mr. Lex, he got a point. The objection is going to be sustained. Please move to your next question.
All right. Can you describe the actions you took upon arriving at the scene?
So, on the first scene I arrived, which was the City Park scene, I immediately started the search for the box in question because we were called about the black box being located under a nearby tree. Upon finding it, I had officers on scene help assist to block off the park and make sure no one interferes with evidence.
All right. And can you did you observe any immediate threats or dangerous situations at the scene?
Originally, while on scene at the call, no immediate threats were located on scene.
All right. So did you collect any evidence or witness statements at the scene? Were there anyone around?
From what we found from the CCTV footage, no one was around when the box was dropped off, but a note was found inside the box.
All right. And can you state for the court what the note said?
Yeah. Would you like me to read word for word?
Objection. Leading question. As well as no, never mind. Just leading question.
Defense attorney, how do you find the question leading?
It's leading because she just asked that question.
Court clerk, did you on the docket did she ask that question already?
Sorry, repeat that.
Did she already ask the question?
What was
That
the question?
that you, what was the defense attorney? What question are you referring to?
The question where they asked if they found any information on the scene or anything like that. She just asked that question.
I don't believe.
Oh, well, we are
Yeah.
unsure if she asked that question, so the objection is going to be overruled. Ms. Lex, you may continue with the question.
All right. No, but can you state that note for the court, please?
Yes. The note is as follows. It reads, "Dear reader, you are probably wondering why is there a decapitated head in here? In truth, this is my 8th victim. I only decapitated him and dumped his head here, unlike the others, for a specific reason. I want fame now that I know I can get away with murder. Listen carefully to what deal I can give you in the police. I demand my name in the news, and I'll promise another body or a body part scattered on my highway. Isolate hitchhikers and runaways. I've done this before in nearby cities, but that isn't important right now. I sound like a maniac, but what I am doing is cleaning the roads. These young boys and men I come across are so gullible and naive. They trusted the wrong friend to give them a ride. Remember the bargain. Put my name or else consequences might happen. How many more shall I kill until you realize what type of sick individual I am and what terror your little city has finally arrived? I like the following. The Highway 55 killer, the hitchhiking abductor, the freeway disposer. From the killer."
All right. And for the head that was found inside the box, can you identify for the court who head was found?
One more time.
So the head that was found in the box that's stated in the note, can you identify for the court who head was found?
Whose head was found?
Yes.
The from DNA and from DNA found on scene, it belonged to a missing individual from the state of Ohio, or No, Idaho, under the name of John Smith.
And do you believe that Jove Mitchell did this crime?
We have
Objection. Revelancy.
Miss Lex, let's try to remember that everyone is innocent until proven guilty. Let's try to not ask questions about the not his client being guilty. The objection is going to be sustained. Please move to the next question.
All right. So, um, when you let's take it back to the raid. So, when you guys raided alleged Joe Mitchell's house, did the suspect or individuals involved cooperate with law enforcement during the investigation?
Could you repeat that last part one more time?
So, when you take it back to the raid, because I was told you were on scene of the raid, so I'd like to ask you, did the suspect Joe Mitchell and did he cooperate during the investigation when you arrived?
When we arrived, he did cooperate due to him being incapacitated from something that we do not know.
And did you observe any signs of intoxication or impairment in his state of mind during the time?
I personally did not. I don't know if EMS noticed anything in his eyes or anything.
All right. Can you confirm the accuracy of evidence and statements you presented today?
The accuracy is
Objection. Relevancy.
What will be the backgrounds of your objection, defense attorney?
He's under oath. Why would he need to have an accuracy of his statement?
The objection is going to be sustained. Ms. Lex, can you move to your next question?
All right. Is there any additional information or details you believe the court or the jury should be aware of?
I do not believe so, but a important fact that might be noted in the jury's decision is there was video footage found of him carrying around a black box like the ones that we found at almost every scene.
All right. Your Honor, that will be all for this witness.
Right. You have to stay on stand over. Defense attorney, are you ready for cross-examination?
Yes, Your Honor.
You may proceed with cross.
So you said there was video camera footage of Jove Mitchell with the black box.
Yes, there was video footage with Joe Mitchell carrying a black box that matched the other black boxes we had found on other scenes.
Wasn't a different.
Your mic's cutting out. Could you repeat that?
I said, how did you not know that that was another black box that somebody else placed there and it was Joe's?
Objection leading.
Another question.
Hold on. What will be the background?
He's trying to lead the witness away from believing that it was not Joe Mitchell.
Hello?
The objection is going to be sustained. You can move to your next question. I'm sorry about that.
All good. During the raid, Nova, do you believe that he was mentally there?
During the raid, I'm unaware if he was mentally aware or not because we had found him incapacitated out back. We just know we knew he was conscious and
Co-op?
was, what was that?
Just keep going, keep going.
He was found conscious and was able to cooperate with EMS and get immediate medical attention.
Okay, so he was cooperative.
Yes.
That whole raid, he was cooperative. Okay. So that shows that he's a cooperative person. Nova, how how did the raid go? Was there any weapons found? Any y'all said that there was some kind of knife or weapon involved. Did you find any bloody weapons or anything like that?
We do not find any weapons with DNA on them, like blood stuff. But while searching Joe's car, we did find a revolver.
Did that revolver have any gunpowder dust or anything like that that connected him to the crime?
Objection. Relevancy.
What will be the background information on this being irrelevant?
It's irrelevant. Oh, also leading again. He's once again leading the witness to not believe that it was Jove Mitchell.
Your Honor, may I speak?
Go ahead.
That was a question that connected to the crime. It wasn't irrelevant.
I'm gonna go ahead and overrule that objection. Continue with the question.
Okay, so there was no gunpowder dust on the gun, or what was there?
After inspecting the weapon, we did not find any recent gunpowder residue.
Okay. So no weapons found.
No recently used weapons found.
Okay. Like I said, you are in a division called CED, right, Nova?
Yes, I am.
Objection, relevancy.
What will be the background information of this question being irrelevant?
It's not relevant to the investigation or the case. Just know that he's an officer, obviously. It doesn't matter what his division rank is.
Defense attorney, do you have anything to say against that?
Yes, I was getting to my next question before I was rudely interrupted by Miss Lex.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and overrule that objection. He's trying to get, I would hope that he's trying to get some background information about Mr. Nova leading into his next question. So that's gonna be overruled. You may continue with the question.
Okay, so that's crimes investigation. Correct me if I'm wrong.
CD stands for Criminal Enforcement Division.
Okay. So do you have any criminal or like DNA or anything like that that proves that he is connected to the
Objection,
crime at all?
asked and answered.
I didn't hear that objection.
Asked and answered.
What was the question? What was the question that he has already answered, DA?
He's asked the witness multiple times about DNA related to Jove Mitchell, and Nova has responded multiple times.
Kurt, can you validate that?
Yeah.
Okay. Her objection is going to be sustained. Mr. Maple, please move to the next question.
You don't have to answer this, just tell me. Do you believe that Jove Mitchell committed the crime?
Objection. Leading.
Mr. Maple, I think I've been sitting up here for a minute. I think you have asked him that same question in different forms already. I'm going to go ahead and sustain her objection. Move to the next question.
Nope, that's it. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Nova, you are free to step down from the stand. We're going to take a 5-minute session. We'll be back. Jurors, you are allowed to go into the lobby, and I'll move you guys down to private VC for discussion.
Mr. Yui,
Yes.
can you drag me and him somewhere so we can talk? Mr. Jove.
All right. And Lex, if you need to talk to your witnesses, please take them into your office. Jurors, I'll go ahead and move you guys on down as well. Where the rest of the jurors will be.
I think they might be AFK.
Yeah, I sent them down there. I think I moved them.
Okay, yeah. They're in there.
And, all right, poison breakout session will be back shortly.
Okay. If you're gonna have a quick bathroom break, anything, I suggest you do that now, so we don't have to deal with people walking in and out of the courtroom while we are in session. Yeah, Nick, if you're in that room, get out. Please stay away from the jurors. Maddox, if you're in VC, get out. You're not on the team. Okay. But no, but yeah, everyone starts sitting down. If you don't make it in about a minute at most, you're just not gonna get your seat back.
All right. For the honorable judge, EU66. All right, you may guys may be seated. Court is now back in session. Attorney, are there any other witnesses you are looking to call to the stand?
Yes, I would like to call up my defendant himself, Jove Mitchell.
I was talking to Lex. We'll come to you guys side in a second. Lex, is there anyone you want to call to the stand?
Witness wise, do we have Bob's not here, Prevailing's not here. I'd like to call Internal Affairs Director Puma to the stand.
Puma, can you please step to the stand? He's here. Can you please raise your right hand? Repeat after me. I swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth, so help me God.
I swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth, so help me God.
You may be seated. Plaintiff attorney, I receive a questioner.
Yes.
You may proceed.
May you state your name, rank, and years of experience as Internal Affairs and as a law enforcement officer?
I'm Puma. I am the Department of Justice Internal Affairs Director, and my experience within Internal Affairs has come to almost a year, and law enforcement would be about 6 months.
All right, and specifically, what is your experience handling homicide cases or investigations?
I've not been to many, but the Mr. Jove case will, in fact, be the most gruesome case I've ever been a part of, in fact.
All right, and as the IAD, do you lead to believe that these CED officers and investigators would poach or lie about evidence or anything regarding the case?
Objection, speculation.
How would you take that as speculation?
Asking the intentions of the officers, even though they're themselves.
I would like to hear the answer from the IA director. So that objection is going to be over. That objection is going to be overruled. Miss Attorney, District Attorney, you may proceed with the question.
All right, Puma, you may proceed.
Can you repeat the question for me, please?
As the IA director, do you lead to believe that the CED sergeants or any law enforcement officer involved in this case would poach or, mess with evidence regarding the investigation?
Objection, relevancy.
Grounds are what information you gathered that is irrelevant to the case, Defense Attorney?
Why is it irrelevant that he needs to know what they're thinking?
Say it again.
I said, why does he need to know what they're thinking?
I'm gonna overrule that objection due to the fact of the matter is he has experience and as a law enforcement officer or law enforcement personnel, we just want to know his answer regarding to what he would think. And it's his opinion. So, Defense Attorney, you may proceed.
All right, Puma, you may proceed with your answer.
Well, during the whole time as I was watching the CED units and other units, I was closely watching them and advising them throughout every step, listening to everything. And I would like to acknowledge the fact that while listening and riding in one unit's car, There was no tampering of evidence or poaching of anything. They were getting straight to the point, staying on topic, and managing the resources that they had in front of them.
All right, and from your knowledge, what led to the discovery of the serial killer's pattern or connection to the crimes?
I would say
Speculation.
throughout.
Objection. Speculation.
What will be the background information of your girl?
Seeing the intentions of the of my defendant.
Alright, an objection is going to be sustained. Ms. District Attorney, move to the next question.
All right, can you describe the specific details of each crime scene and where the serial killer operated?
When arriving onto the scene of the serial killer's trace, it would always be the same repeating sequence of events that unfold. It would always be a black box, a note. The note would become a riddle. It was like a game that the serial killer wanted us to play. And we played. We played the game hard. We fought hard and we found him. Amen.
Um, so, um, did you identify any weapons or evidence within the crime scene that you were on?
Evidence, there was nothing really left. Nothing was really left. It was a clean area, unless there were bodies left. I will admit that. When we arrived onto the farms, I will say that as an example, there was a body in the silo. It was a clean kill. I will admit that. But everything was pretty clean other than the body. It was a clean body, no blood, no trails, no nothing besides the black box and the note.
All right, and how were the victims chosen or targeted by the serial killer, if you know, if you were to say?
I don't really have I would say, I'm not sure how to answer that question, ma'am.
All right, I'll just move on to the next one. Did the investigation uncover any witnesses or survivors of the serial killer's attacks?
No. All of them were pretty dead. I would say it was either a slit across the neck or anything like that. I will not go into details because, well, I don't want to.
All right, and can you describe the methodology or modus apprehenda of the serial? Oh, damn! Did you guys hear me?
No.
Oh, let me repeat that.
Yeah.
Can you describe the methodology or modus apprehenda of the serial killer based on the evidence?
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and say with that question, my vocabulary is pretty small, so I don't know what the heck you just said.
Basically, I stated describe how you would think the relationship and the connection to him in these killings would be relevant to the court.
I'm not sure, man. I was not really expecting to come up onto the stage. I can't lie.
All right. Well, I think I don't have any further questions. Do you believe there's any additional information or insights that would be crucial for the court to consider in this case?
Not within my knowledge at this moment.
Objection. Never mind. He's already done with the question. It's fine.
All right. That would be all, Your Honor.
Thank you. Defense attorney, are you ready for cross examination?
Yes.
All right, you may proceed with cross.
Mr. Puma, you were on scene at the crime scene.
Yes, please ignore that tagged message.
So, was there any weapons that were recovered Did it have any of his DNA on it?
Not that I was. Not that I was. Not that I know of.
Okay. So you said from the autopsies or from the murders that you have seen so far, it's always been a slit of the throat or a couple stabbings.
That is. Yes, that is right.
So no weapons recovered at all.
Not that I was
From your
aware of.
okay, from your knowledge. Okay, got you. Do you believe that he committed the crime?
Objection leading.
Mr. Defense Attorney, that's like I stated before. Everyone is innocent until proven guilty. Let's not try to invoice the witness opinion in there. So the objection is going to be overruled. Continue with the next question.
You mean sustained?
Continue with the next question. Yeah,
That's all I've got, Mr. Huey.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was confused. All good. I'm no further questions.
Mr. Boom, you may step off the stand.
Thank you.
All right. Plaintiff attorney, are there any more witnesses you would like to call to stand?
Currently, there is no more witnesses at this moment. The rest of them are not here. So no.
All right. Defense attorney, are there any witnesses you'd like to call to the stand?
Oh yes, I would like to call Jove Mitchell himself.
All right. So Mitchell, you may approach the stand. Stand, raise your right hand. Together me, I swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth, so help me God.
I swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth, so help me God.
Right. May be seated. Defense attorney, are you ready to proceed with your questioning?
Yes.
May proceed.
Jove, we have talked, and do you believe you committed this crime?
Objection leading.
He's my
I'm gonna let him answer that question because it is his witness. So I'm gonna let him answer that question. The objection is gonna be overruled. May continue the question.
So, do you believe that you committed the crime, Mr. Jove Mitchell?
No, I have not done these crimes.
And do you believe that you were framed?
Yes. Yes, I have.
Mr. Jove Mitchell, do you have a name of the person that framed you?
Lyle Conroy. That's the
Can you
man.
say that name again for me?
Lyle Conroy. That's the man you're looking for.
You got that written down, everybody? Uh, were you mentally driven crazy?
No, no, I have not.
Do you believe you're a maniac?
Objection leading.
Um, in reality, defense attorney, I can't give you any pointers as this is an active court session. But do not try to put your witness on the spot. Plaintiff attorney, I'm gonna go ahead and let him answer that question. The objection is gonna be overruled. Go ahead.
No,
Okay.
I'm not a maniac.
You believe that you were um You believe truly from your deepest heart that you were framed
Yes.
by the person that you stated.
Yes.
Do you know where this person is?
Ohio.
You mentioned to me when we had our talk that you had a few cuts on your arms by the man you stated. Is that
It
correct?
was it was not a cut. My whole left forearm has been severed off by Lyle himself on that night.
Judge, maybe check his arm to see if it's cut.
We don't have a bailiff, so you're gonna have to skip that part. That's the bailiff's job. We don't have a bailiff. So continue with your question.
Alright. So you were tortured by this person.
Yes, I have been. I have been tortured by Lyle himself. He's been manipulative and very dark and horrible.
All my questions, Mr. Judge. Stringer.
All right. Madam Attorney, are you ready for cross examination?
Yeah.
Yes.
You may proceed with questioning.
All right. Hello, Mr. Joe. Mitchell. I have a few little questions. Give me a second, real quick. Can you state your full name and occupation for the record?
My full name is Jove Russell Mitchell, and I'm a current power plant worker in the city.
All right, and what is your relationship to the case and the individuals involved?
Unbeknownst and not uh, un- unlikely to be connected to me. Unbeknownst and unlikely.
All right, and my question for you is, so you were married to Mary Flinch, am I correct?
For 5 years, yes.
All right, and can you describe your relationship with Mary?
Well,
Objection,
with a
relevancy.
How do you see the question as not being
How is that irrelevant? His wife is dead.
It's it's irrelevant because like he said that he was not the murderer. He's already stated that he's not the murderer. So what does his relationship matter?
right? Now, I want to hear his answer, so the objection is going to be overruled. May continue with the question.
All right, Mr. Jove Mitchell, can you state your relationship and how is your marriage like with Miss Mary Flinch?
Well, before the week of the divorce, we've been married for 5 years. It felt like a happy fairy tale. We loved each other. We truly gave affection towards each other, and we understood each other equally. And then, about 4 or 5 weeks before this is happening, we split off on an argument the later night before the agreement, and it was probably the only time we ever had a bad argument like that. and that's what split us.
All right, and what's your relationship with um Trevor Henderson?
Um, a week after the divorce, I was at a mall, and I saw Mary walking with this fella. He had a bit of a beigey brown style hair. She came over and greeted me to him. Feel looks like a redneck, and he was a bit of a weird fella, but I didn't pay attention to it mostly. That's all I know from him, just from that one encounter.
All right, and as stated in one of my CED sergeant's reports, Mary and Trevor had a thing going on.
Yes, on that day that we had an encounter, she told me that she was with him from now on.
And can you describe how you felt when you found that out?
Truthfully, I felt a little bit more happier. The fact that she's not alone and she's with somebody who will hopefully look after her. In fact, I was there with my friend Lyle, who I said is the killer. He was there with me at that time.
So you have no type of jealous tensions towards Mary after she was seen having an affair with Trevor?
No, none of that.
All right. So by any chance, do you know PGFD unit Joe Crendel?
No, not at all. How come you ask?
I was just wondering, he was stated inside the statements that he was murdered as well. So yeah, I just wanted to, ask the question, just crossing bases. Um, do you know Officer Cash?
Again, no. I'm never really knowing of other officers' names. To me, they're just officers, and that's all I know. I only know some because I was very well acquainted to them in this investigation, and that's only them, just nobody else.
All right. So back it up just a little bit. Where were your whereabouts on the night of April 12th?
I was driving around
Objection,
my
speculation, as well as leading.
Objection is going to be overruled. See what the question, District Attorney.
Like I was saying, where were your whereabouts on April 12th?
after my work. I had a bit of a late shift. I drove around in my car. I stopped at the market up at I think Prime County's Prime County, and I might just basically got some groceries for a late night. Drove back home, had a bit of a just watched some movies in the house, and just went to bed. That's mostly where I was, back at home or at the market.
So when I previously interviewed you, I do remember asking you where your whereabouts was, and you previously stated to me that the similar story, but you said that you were with a friend, and I asked you if your friend could confirm your alibi, and you said that wasn't necessary or possible.
Because
Objection, leading.
What will be the background information of you considering leading defense attorney?
Oh, she just asked that question as well.
Which question are you referring to?
That would be asked and
She
answered.
asked, yeah, asks as an answer too, as well as trying to ask about other people's whereabouts as well.
Court clerk, can we
Well,
verify that question has already been asked?
Sorry. What was the asked and answered question?
she asked what were his whereabouts. He answered, as well as she just asked him again if he had an alibi, or not really if he had an alibi, but his whereabouts again.
I do believe that is the second time that question was asked.
So that objection is going to be the objection is going to be sustained. Please remove to your next question, district attorney.
All right. By any chance, do you own any weapons?
Objection, relevancy.
On what grounds do you think that it's not relevant to the case?
Why does it matter if he has any weapons?
Well, this is a murder trial, so the objection is going to be overruled. You can continue with the question.
All right, Jove. May you answer that question for the court?
I had a Piata 44 Star. I had that gun. That was my grandfather's, and I was recent. And since I turned 20, I had that gun just in the back of my trunk of my car, just there, just not used for anything. It's just mostly a family heirloom.
All right, and have you ever used that weapon at all?
Never in my life have I used it. I just took the gun because it was a gift, and I just placed it in the back of the trunk just for, I don't know. I drive a lot, so I just thought that a family heirloom would be a lot more comfortable while I was driving around.
Oh, all right. Because as stated in one of the reports that I have read from one of the troopers, the same weapon was found at a crime scene.
In a crime scene. I was never informed of this.
Hey man, I'm just reading what I was sent. That same weapon you have described was found at the crime scene.
Well, again, I only have one gun, and it's always been in my trunk and never been out, so I'm not sure how that is there when I had the gun the entire time. It's just in the back of the trunk.
It was just a question. You don't gotta be combative or you know. But Your Honor, that's all I have. No further questions for the defendant.
Thank you, Mr. Mitchell. You may step back down to your seat. As of right now, the court is going to take a 5-minute deliberation session. Once we come back, we'll hear from both attorneys and their closing statements, and we'll hear from our jury. Court's now in deliberation.
Mr. Judge, how long is this going to be?
It's a 5-minute deliberation. I'll be back shortly.
Of multiple counts of murder and multiple counts of dismemberment of a human corpse. Both penalties will bring a 20-year sentence on his life. Ethan, is there a specific number of how many people he has murdered?
Yeah, Carrie.
That was 3.
It was 8.
Well, they got it listed. They got it listed at 3. So here's the 2 things I need to know from you guys. Are you guys approving the plea deal?
Negative. He
Negative.
said he was not insane, so the plea deal is out of the sight now. It's far gone.
Okay. All right. So here's how we're gonna do it. Like we did yesterday. Each juror, I'll call your number. I will say, juror 1, how do you plead? Juror 2, how do you plead? Juror 3, how do you plead? Juror 4, how do you plead? Either say guilty or not guilty. All right.
Just curious, Monkey, you're not in game, so I would just say what?
Monk's Wi-Fi disconnected. He's in the middle of a big old storm. Mine did the same.
Is he
but
still
I
on
can
Discord or?
No, he is not.
Okay. Does anyone have like his anything that you can contact him with, or something?
I do not know.
Okay.
And I'd also like to say, Maple is doing a good job, but he keeps calling way too many objections.
Well, in reality, he can call. I mean, even he can call objection even if you right or wrong. That's just how the court game works. It's just left up to the judge to either accept the objection or overrule.
But so yes, Mr. Jove Mitchell will be found guilty of multiple counts of murder in the third. Is there a third degree for murder in the state of Maryland? No, it's second degree. Second degree and multiple counts of dismemberment of a human corpse, and his plea deal will be denied.
Right.
Is that okay with everybody in here?
Will we all say at the end of our thing of what we agreed to? Do we just say and the plea deal will be denied?
No, you don't say none of that. You just say guilty or not guilty when I call your.
Okay.
All right.
Back to court.
I head back to courtroom.
Okay. Good job, guys. You took in all the notes. Okay, we can go back.
So, jurors, you can mute your mics and plea acts. All right. For the Honorable Judge E. Huey 66. You may be seated at this. Plaintiff attorney, are you ready to proceed with your closing statement?
Yes, I am.
You may proceed.
All right, Your Honor, may I approach the jury? Ladies and gentlemen of this court, during this trial, as your district attorney, I have shown proof and brought up witnesses showing the actors and charges suitable against Mr. Jove Mitchell today. We have gathered and uncovered the truth behind the brutal act of violence and that took the lives of innocent individuals. May I state the names of the innocent individuals? Joe Crandall, Trevor Henderson, Mary Flinch, and Officer Cashman. I'm asking that he must pay the proper punishment for these gruesome behaviors presented upon us. Thank you, Your Honor. That will be all.
Yes, attorney, are you ready to proceed with your closing statement?
Yes, Your Honor. As well, may I approach the jury?
You may approach.
Thank you. So, with the evidence that District Attorney Lex has given you, has not only been irrelevant to this case, not only not really, it hasn't shown great evidence. There's no weapons found that connects DNA to Jove Mitchell. There is no DNA evidence that connects any of the boxes to Jove Mitchell. Jove Mitchell has been manipulated. He had a great relationship with his wife. As he might have seen him her with another woman, he did not mind that. He is a man of care, and if he finishes a relationship, he will stop it. He is not an evil person. He's not a maniac. Jove Mitchell is innocent. Thank you. I'm done, Your Honor.
Right. Beyond of this court, we have heard this court case has been a quite interesting and developing process within the hour. Now you would hear, some things from our jurors, that's declaring if he's guilty or not guilty. Before we start that, I want to say that the plea deal that was submitted to the Northern District of Maryland, Prince George County Division, and the United States District Court case number 247363. This plea deal was in reference of Mr. Joe Mitchell. This plea deal has been denied by our jury, so this plea deal will not be taken into effect, Mr. Joe Mitchell, if you are found guilty on all your charges. The charges today is Section 2-201 times 3, murder in the first degree. A murder is the first degree if it is. Section 2-207, voluntary manslaughter, also known as heat of passion. Juror 1, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Juror 2, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Juror 3, how do you plead?
Aye.
Guilty.
Juror 4, how do you plead?
Guilty.
And by the recommends of this court, Mr. Joe Mitchell, you are or have been found guilty on both section 2-201 times 3, which is murder on the first degree, and section 2-207, which is voluntary manslaughter. Each of these charges can withhold 20 years to life in prison. Mr. Joe Mitchell, I am sentencing you to 35 years life within Maryland's custody for charge section 2-201, and I'm sending you to life in prison without the possibility of parole to charge section 2-207. At this time, if I don't have any comments from any attorneys, court is adjourned. Do we have any comments?
No, Your Honor.
No evidence. No evidence.
Mr. Joe Mitchell, you will be confined by the Corrections Division. At this time, court is adjourned. Have a great night.
Right.
Absolutely no evidence.
Bruh.
Tell me one piece of DNA that was found.
Okay, everyone slowly don't push other people while leaving the courtroom. Why is half the courtroom dancing?
Alright, Beth. Thank you for the experience. Thank you for Lex giving me an unbeatable case. Y'all have a good rest of your night. I have to go.
Gramps.
No hard feelings.
Right.
I really apologize, Jove. I tried my best.
Here's your pills.
That's crazy. Didn't you changed? Wait, am I? Can you guys hear me?